I'm going to talk about iced coffee, or at least my version of iced coffee and how I like to do it at my place. This has been a long time coming. No actual coffee bags today because these are like pre-tester batches before a good friend of mine launched his business. So this coffee was roasted in Canada by Curtis Durocher, Fullstrong training, and the coffee company is Fullstrong Coffee. Okay, and he sent me two kinds, but I'm going to review both of them today. So the first bag we had was Ethiopia Sidama Wendo Matibi Burson Grade Z or Grade 2. I don't know what any of that stuff means. All I know is what the coffee tasted like. And then the second one he sent was Panama Carmen Estate, which apparently is a fairly expensive coffee, and I could tell it was a real nice coffee. And so what we have in here right now is actually the Ethiopia blend that he sent, and this is not cold brew coffee. Okay, let's talk about my process first of all. I've got kids and it's super busy around here. And when there's leftover coffee that goes a little bit cold, put it in a mason jar in the fridge. When you have a full mason jar, drop the ice cubes in, heavy whipping cream, no half and half in this house, heavy whipping cream, just a touch. And then here's a hint, if you want to take the bitterness out of your coffee, don't put sugar in it, you put salt. Okay, so this has a pinch of pink Himalayan sea salt in it, and I think it's just delicious. So that's how we do iced coffee at Rodhe Sport. And this is the Ethiopia blend. When you do iced coffee this way, it really tells you how good or poor the coffee quality is. Okay, if it's a poor quality coffee, it's immediately sour and you don't want to drink it. If it's a good quality coffee, it's still smooth and you still taste hints of what it was like when it was hot. So the Ethiopia blend that Curtis sent me, Fullstrong Coffee, it was very much a medium roast. It was a very good grade quality, but very it was one note, like a breakfast coffee, very plain, solid, right down the middle of the road, well executed coffee. Medium roast, not a whole lot to say on it other than that was a very nice, well roasted coffee. The Panama was a high quality coffee, I could tell. And afterwards, he said, "Which one do you like better?" I said, "Panama." He's like, "Yeah, that one's more expensive." Now this one, for some reason, as soon as I opened the bag, I was getting a sense of like the ocean, seawater for some reason. And that even came through in the roasting process and when I was drinking it. So other than the sensory of the ocean or seawater or something, this is it's a nice quality coffee. Being left in the bag, we'll eat that. Medium dark roast. So great coffee. Curtis is pushing out at Fullstrong Coffee. I check him out. He's based in Halifax, Nova Scotia. So definitely compared to even one of my, we'll say, favorite coffee companies of late, they're just missing the mark. Missing the mark. It's not as good as what I think it once was. So if you're feeling in the same boat where your go-to coffee company is missing the mark, then check out Curtis. Anyway, iced coffee. It's been a while since we did the last video. During the shutdown, I think I was able to push out a couple extra ones, and I got super busy since. Ohio opened up for non-contact competition, and so we went ahead and hosted our One More Throw competition, which was not what it was intended to be. It was intended to be a recollection of athletes who didn't make out of the regional meets or who didn't do well at states or the state champions from multiple states in the area to come together for a re-up right before going to New Balance Nationals. So obviously that wasn't going to happen. Or high school nationals. I don't think they have a sponsor anymore. But we still had a whole bunch of people come. We had some great performances, fantastic athletes, mid 40 women shot putters. We had 160, 170 foot discus throwers. We had a bunch of college kids come and set seasonal PRs, great energy. We had a bunch of high school boys over 50 in the shot. And Connor Rascal, he was over 60 in the shot. And let's see, Emma Callahan, she was 40, mid 40s in the shot, maybe 46 feet, 47 feet in the shot. Great performances. We had a bunch of young kids throw hammer and had some really good distances there. We ended up pulling about 55 athletes from 5 states for one more throw. And we did it all in a week. We announced it, and within a week, that many people came and we pulled it off. And so I was really happy with that. We're getting ready for the second competition, which is the ROSE Invitational over in Newcastle, PA. And the story on that competition is the Callahan family, they had organized a competition for the same weekend as PA states in lieu of a state championship. But the COVID guidelines did not relax in time, and so they couldn't do it on, it was like the last week of May, they couldn't do it. And the guidelines relaxed just a few days after that. And so they reached out to me and said, we have this all in place, let's do a meet over there. And I said, let's do it. And so Rodhe Sports hosting it, coordinating it, and they're providing the facility and all the volunteers and stuff. And so it should be a really good showing. I think we're gonna get a lot of really good athletes. We already have 2 ladies in the shot that are over 45 feet, and a couple of really good like freshman, sophomore kids that are throwing pretty well. We got a 200-foot javelin thrower coming, and I think there's 4 or so. I think maybe the professionals from Garage Strength are coming over, just the ladies. So the list is growing. It's on the website. Go to the competition pages and you'll see it. Also, we put up base information for the Dark Horse Open, which is going to be July 25 back in Ravenna. So more details on that coming. So we've been busy with those competitions. We've also coming off the tail end of releasing the Wolf Glove, and we have just shipped out bear gloves to some of the best athletes in the world, and picking up some sponsors for some of the best athletes in the world. So be on the lookout for some of that info. We're expanding the lifting strap line. These are all new stands that I made for my product table. So I gotta show them off, right? And we might end up carrying, we've got a blue, yellow, and pink wrist strap over here. We might end up pulling those as standard stock coming up here in a few months, maybe. Otherwise, you can only get the colors at the competitions at the events. But there's one stand empty. Not for long though. We have models of our hammer glove in the field. I've stayed away from doing a hammer glove for 10 years because I didn't want to release one that was not as unique as the rest of my products for the throwing world. And we finally have settled on a design, at least a base design, that is unlike anything out there right now. And so it's being tested, and we are hoping to have some of the kinks sorted out and have it on the market by the end of July, maybe mid-July. So one stand empty, but not for long. So be on the lookout for details on the release of the Rodhe Sport Hammer Glove. And let's see what else. More projects. We've had Summer Throws Club has taken off. We've got I think 5 or 6 athletes that rotate on Thursday nights and Saturday mornings. If you're local to Northeast Ohio, check that out on the website. Great opportunity. We walk you through a bunch of different skill sets as the summer goes on. Pretty flexible dates. So that's a new thing for this summer. And then we are not done with products. We are still pumping up. We still have more ideas on the bench. Discus carrier is coming, or I should say discus carrier system is coming. So that'll be coming probably towards the end of summer, early fall, that will be released. And yeah, I think that's think that's about it for right now. The Red Sling, we just released that a month ago. Sales are picking up on that. They're going out the door. If you are a high school coach or a university coach that has a group of athletes and your access to the weight room is going to be restricted, check out the Red Sling. This is one of our weight room models here. The actual one that you'll get will be a little bit different. This is one of the testers. It's a Velcro sling with soft handles. You can put slam balls in here. Come in 9-inch, 10-inch, 7-inch standard. You can get custom sizes. A lot of med balls. It's variable weights for the same size. So one sling can be 4, 5, or 6 different weights, and it's all soft material. So your athletes can do all kinds of exercises with it, and they won't hurt any of the surfaces. If you have to lift in the hallways, or if you're outside and they don't want you to take dumbbells outside, you can take these outside with the slam balls and you're good to go. You can do all kinds of stuff with your athletes and not be restricted by the guidelines of your school or the government's having buildings shut down or whatever, right? You can take your equipment and go wherever you want and get a really good workout in for those athletes. Red Sling, check it out. The red is a Rodhe Explosive Device. And we have Mark Valenti at Blind Dog Gym Refined Savage podcast to thank for that. He sent that idea our way, and we picked it up and ran with it for the name of that product. So, all right, until next time, check out Curtis at Fullstrong Coffee. Check out our new products and all the competitions listed on our webpage, and we hope to see you at a future Rodhe Sport event.